You're watching Lights Camera Cricket. I am Sushant Mehta. It's the most heated rivalry in the history of the IPL. The Chennai Super Kings, led by MS Dhoni, versus Rohit Sharma and the Mumbai Indians. CSK are on their way out. This could be the first time that the Chennai Super Kings will not make it to the playoffs. But Mumbai Indians are well on their way. They could win another title. But while Chennai are down, they are not completely out yet. Remember, in the 2020 season opener, CSK beat Mumbai Indians. But the big question is, at this stage in the competition, can Chennai Super Kings do it again? So let's get into it. First, MSD versus Rohit Sharma as far as captaincy is concerned. Rohit seems to be miles ahead this season. Mumbai Indians have already won 6 games, and 2 of the 3 games that they have lost were super over games, including that unbelievable double super over game against Punjab. But MS Dhoni is far from being captain cool, who could do no wrong. From playing Kedar Jadhav repeatedly to changing the playing 11 frequently, not using Imran Tahir, and then saying that the youngsters in the Chennai Super Kings did not show any spark when Dhoni hardly gave the youngsters any opportunity. Dhoni himself said that CSK seems to have been, they've run out of juice. So why not use the youngsters instead? Very unlike MS Dhoni. So Boria Majumdar, the final word in cricket. First up, MS Dhoni versus Rohit Sharma as far as captaincy is concerned.
Youngsters have not shown spark, and without giving them opportunities, think what the youngsters must be thinking. He's said, the team is running out of juice, what the seniors must be thinking. So is it Dhoni throwing in the towel? There is no major auction lined up. What's the plan? Confused side, totally unraveling, collapsing. Having said that, because it's MS Dhoni, you're not saying 100-0. All you will say is 80-20 in favor of the Mumbai Indians. But will Rohit play? Is he 100% today? Is a question that we've got to wait and see.
Now let's get into specifics. The openers for the Mumbai Indians, 2 match winners here, Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma. De Kock has taken his game to another level. He's smashing the ball. 450s in 9 matches, strike rate of almost 147, average of 40.25. De Kock has hit 16 sixes and 29 fours. Incredible so far in the tournament. Brilliant. But Rohit Sharma's form is a cause for concern, and as Boria said, he might not even play today, as there are rumours that he might have been injured in the last game. Rohit has just 250s, average of 28, strike rate of 128. He's much better than that, Boria. So, Boria, firstly, De Kock and Rohit Sharma.
Oh, they're super. They're super. They're a match-winning duo. I mean, one of them get going, they'll win the game. I spoke to Rohit yesterday, Sushant, you know that. I'll put it on record. He said no major concern. So clearly, even if he takes a break, it will be a precautionary break rather than any major concern. So one needs to say that. Having said that, Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock, absolutely magical duo on their day, can win you games on their own.
No doubt about it. But now let's talk about Chennai's openers. Very important for Chennai. Shane Watson, Faf du Plessis are key. This team relies heavily on Watson and du Plessis. If Chennai has to win games, Shane Watson has to score. His average is 31, strike rate is 125, 250s in 9 matches. Watson has to be better, no question about it. But Faf du Plessis has been the only consistent batsman for CSK this season. Average of 47, strike rate of 141, 450s in the tournament. He's just been, smashing the ball as well. So, Boria, again, Chennai depend heavily on Faf and Watson.
Absolutely they do. Absolutely they do. Having said that, the consistency with Watson will be a problem. He doesn't play international cricket. He's a retired cricketer. So even if you see flashes of brilliance tonight, and one hopes as a CSK follower, you will. Having said that, you could be 1 in 10. Is that good enough? If I was Dhoni, I would look beyond Watson for 21. He will not win me matches. He will not take me to the playoffs. 2 out of 10 is not good enough. Tonight, they have no option. But even if it is tonight, go to Tahir. Go to Tahir. Get Ruturaj Gaikwad at the top. Start planning 21. Because this season is way too far already. Yes. Having said that, Watson cannot be the answer to CSK's woes in 21.
So Boria, very quickly first, before I move on to the bowlers, you want to see Ruturaj Gaikwad opening the batting for CSK with whom? And would you drop Shane Watson then for Imran Tahir?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I would play Faf du Plessis, Ruturaj Gaikwad at the top. I would get Jagadisan in for Kedar Jadhav, bolster the batting with young Indian Turks, and get Hazelwood and Imran Tahir. If you don't play Imran Tahir tonight, you are doing disservice to the man. Why pick him then? You've not given him a game. It's the 10th game. You're out of the tournament. You are saying people have run out of juice. You've not even given that guy a chance. What are you doing? Give him a chance.
Moving on. the pace attack of the Mumbai Indians, the dynamic duo of Bolt and Bumrah. Bumrah has suddenly come into his own, and there's no better bowler when Bumrah is on song. He has 15 wickets in the tournament now, economy rate of 7.44. He's simply unplayable at the moment. Trent Bolt also has been impressive. 12 wickets, 9 matches, economy 8.46. So Bumrah and Bolt versus Watson and du Plessis. Boria.
Any day, Bumrah and Bolt, because not so much du Plessis, but Watson. Because I don't think Shane Watson, at this rate, at this skill, at this level of his career, can handle Bolt's incoming delivery. The ball will shape in, whatever ground it is. Even if it's Sharjah, there will be some movement.
Yes.
And Bumrah with those Yorkers, I don't think Watson can handle that. So definitely Bolt and Bumrah against du Plessis and Watson.
Right, no surprises there. On to the all-rounders now. Ravindra Jadeja, Hardik Pandya. I'm not a big fan of both of these gentlemen, but Jadeja has batted better than Pandya in this tournament. Strike rate, 164. Average for Ravindra Jadeja, 48.5. He has scored when it mattered the most for Chennai Super Kings. Pandya, well, his shot selection has been terrible. He starts slogging as soon as he gets in. Irrespective of the situation, average is just 27 runs per match. Strike rate, although is good, of 160. So, Boria, Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja.
Jadeja, because of the fact that Hardik's not bowling, and that's a key issue. I mean, for me, I have a great amount of space for both these guys. India needs both of them. If you have to win World Cup 21, you need Ravindra Jadeja and Hardik Pandya. Make no mistake. These are your premier all-rounders. Having said that, Hardik's not yet bowled, and that might influence Australia's selection. That is why I will go with Jaddu, because Jaddu is now coming to his own bat and ball. That's why Jadeja over.
Right, we spoke about Imran Tahir being the X-factor, maybe if he plays for Chennai, but the X-factor for Mumbai, I call this man the Brahmastra for Mumbai that the Mumbai Indians possess. You know the game ain't over till Kieron Pollard is at the crease. He is a god. He truly is. Pollard is batting at a strike rate of 200 and his average in the tournament so far, you are not going to believe this, Pollard's batting average is 208. That's because he's been not out 6 times in 9 matches. He's so good. He's scary, unbelievably dominant player, and yet so calm, like a Zen master, capable of performing a nuclear explosion with the bat in his hand. I mean, Boria, what is there to say about Kieron Pollard?
Very little. And after becoming captain of the West Indies, his game has gone up 10 notches, finishes games, takes bowlers to the cleaners, coolest of customers, 15 strike rate, 15 asking rate is not an issue for him. Absolute legend to have. Now he's bowling also. With those slower balls, knows how to bowl, picks key wickets, takes key catches. Like you said, he's the Brahmastra of the Mumbai Indians.
It's amazing how you say that 15 strike rate is not a problem, and it actually isn't a problem for Pollard at the crease. Moving on, the X-factor for Chennai, Sam Curran plays his heart out every single time. I love Sam Curran, punches above his weight. He has 10 wickets in the tournament, and Curran, his batting average is 17, but strike rate is 150. He's a gun fielder as well, an all-round performer. Boria, for CSK to win this game, Sam Curran needs to have his best game so far in the tournament.
I agree with you. He's a great trier. Today is the legendary Pele's 80th birthday. If Kieron Pollard is Pele, Sam Curran is Andreas Pirlo. He will run all round the park, put in his 200%, try for Italy, try. That's Sam Curran. Quality, Pollard. Effort, Sam Curran. So Sam Curran has to have his A++ game to topple Mumbai.
Right. We will take a break right now, but when we come back, we'll get you this. Welcome back. You're watching Lights Camera Cricket. I am Sushant Mehta. It's time now to get you the Maruti Suzuki Brezza stylish player of the match from last night's game between Rajasthan Royals and Sunrisers Hyderabad, and it is Manish Pandey. What a knock. 83 not out of just 47 deliveries, 8 huge sixes. Remember, Manish Pandey walked in when Sunrisers Hyderabad were reeling. They were almost dead at 16 for 2. Jofra Archer was spitting fire. He got Bairstow, he got Warner, but then Manish Pandey just took over and took Sunrisers Hyderabad home. Incredible knock, one of the best knocks of IPL 2020. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next time on Monday, 6:30 p.m. only on Lights Camera Cricket.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.